What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with our NFL playoff predictions. In this video, we're going to be talking about our brackets and what we think is going to happen before the playoffs start. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Get us to 500 subscribers, where we will be doing a giveaway. All you have to do to be entered is just hit that subscribe button. But I'll give it over to Ethan here, and I'll let you describe your bracket.
All right, so going with the Chargers against the Jags here in the wild card round. Bengals Ravens. Got to go with the Bengals, obviously. Bills Dolphins. Going with the Bills. These are all pretty easy picks, other than the Jaguars and Chargers. But we're gonna go over to the NFC side. Dallas and Buccaneers. I just think Tampa Bay. Tom Brady. It's the GOAT. Can't pick against him in the first wild card weekend, especially against Dallas. New York and Minnesota, very good game, but I would be taking New York. I just think that run defense and from Minnesota will not be able to stop Saquon Barkley. So Giants win it there. And then Seattle and San Francisco. It's not Seattle's year. They shouldn't have made the playoffs. It should have been Detroit, in all honesty, but it is Seattle. So Brock Purdy in his first playoff game will be going against Seattle, and I think we'll be getting the W. Heading over to the AFC side, Chargers and Chiefs. Got to go with the Chiefs here. Number one seed. See, it's hard to beat a team 3 times, like I said on our other video, but I think they're gonna do it. I really do. Chiefs are just way too solid of a team. And then the Bengals and Bills rematch of what could have happened, but obviously the sad situation with DeMar. But hey, at least he's doing better, and he should be at this game, I would assume, if this were to happen, which would be awesome for the Bills. But I think the Bengals are a better team, and I think they're going to get rid of the Bills in the divisional round. So we'll set up a Chiefs and Bengals AFC Championship game. And then over to the NFC side, we got the Giants and Eagles, and this is a very good game. Obviously in Week 18, they played each other and Daniel Jones, Saquon, all the starters for the Giants were resting, and it was still a six point loss and a really good game. So it could go either way, but I'm banking on the Eagles here. I think that Jalen Hurts will play better than he did Week 18 and will lead them to a victory. And then we got Tampa Bay, San Francisco. This is a really interesting game because we got a rookie who's only won one playoff game in going into this game, and then going up against Tom Brady, the GOAT. But I'm going with San Francisco here. I just think San Francisco has a better defense, better roster all around, just a way better offense, especially. And unless Tampa gets hot, I don't see San Francisco losing here. That NFC Championship game will be the Eagles hosting the San Francisco 49ers. So 1 and 2 seeds over the NFC, and then 1 and 3 seeds over in the AFC. I'm gonna start in the AFC. Chiefs Bengals. Man, this is gonna be a great game. I'm more of a Chiefs guy, as a Steelers fan. I can't pick the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl. Although Joe Burrow is 3-0 against Patty Mahomes, which is a very scary game for the Chiefs, but I don't think they're scared. I think they think that's a coincidence, and I just think this is going to be a great game, but the Chiefs should win it very close, maybe 3 points. So in the AFC, representative of the Super Bowl will be the Kansas City Chiefs in my bracket, and then Eagles and 49ers. Obviously, the Eagles will be hosting this game, so a lot of pressure here on San Francisco, but I think Brock Purdy, after beating the GOAT, I think he's got a chance here in the loud environment of Philadelphia, and I do like the Niners overall roster better. So it's going to be a tough game to pick, but I got to go with the Niners as well. So that will set up a Chiefs-Niners rematch in the Super Bowl, and I think the same result is going to happen. I think the Chiefs are going to win it. Obviously, the Niners don't have Jimmy G to not score any points in the fourth quarter after leading 10 in the Super Bowl. I got to go with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and they're going to be your champions. Patty Mahomes will be the Super Bowl MVP, and I just think they deserve it. Probably the best team all around this entire season, and congratulations to them. Over to your bracket, Zach.
For my bracket, not too much is changing here. I'm going with the Jaguars over the Chargers. I think they're deserving of at least one playoff win after, really rallying late in the season. Bengals, Bills, not much to be said there. Obviously, those teams should win, and I think they will. And then we'll move over to the NFC. I have Tampa winning at home against Dallas. I think Dallas is too prone to shooting themselves in the foot in the playoffs and, in recent weeks. So I got to go against Tampa, or got to pick Tampa, obviously, with Brady being 7-0 in his career against Dallas. Then I got to go with the Giants over the Vikings. Primetime Kirk just doesn't show up. And, 4:30 on Sunday, he's not going to show up. He's going to go missing. There's going to be missing person, reports all over that Minneapolis area after this game. And then you got the Niners in Seattle. And then that one should pretty much explains itself. Brock Purdy's going to get a big win there for his first career playoff win. But we'll jump over to the AFC divisional round. Chiefs, Jaguars. I think the Chiefs take care of business. I think that'll be a closer game than people think. The Chiefs do kind of struggle for the first quarter or two in the playoffs. They don't always come out firing. They got to get back into the environment, but it is at Arrowhead, so they should do fine and move on. And just like you, I have the Bengals beating the Bills in Buffalo. I think the Bengals are the better team. They're on a crash course for another AFC championship run. A team that, still isn't getting enough love. Everyone's saying it's either Chiefs or Bills that are going to win the AFC championship. And, the Bengals do have an easy game in the first round. And then if they can go into Buffalo, why can't they go to Arrowhead again and beat them? So we'll talk about the NFC side first, moving back to their divisional. I have the Giants beating the Eagles and probably one of the biggest upsets of the year, just because this Giants team, week 18 didn't play like all their starters and they only lost by 6. And I know it was a garbage time touchdown and whatnot, but if the Giants can get 80% of what we saw last Sunday from their starters, and, the talent wise is obviously a lot better than those guys, I really do think the Giants can go into Philly and pull off the upset. Philly, has been struggling on defense now, but they are expected to get healthy and really healthy for this matchup here, whoever they face in the divisional round. But I just think, when you're playing a division opponent that you see 2 times a year and then you meet them in the playoffs, it's going to be tough to beat them 3 times. And I don't think that's going to happen. That's why I got to go with the Giants to move on to the NFC Championship. And then you got Bucks with Brady and Brock Purdy in San Francisco. I'm going with the Niners. I think the Niners are on a crash course for another NFC Championship run. The Super Bowl is just far out of sight for them. And, it seems like it's going to be a weird matchup in the NFC Championship because no one thinks the Giants will get there. And obviously the Niners are heavy favorites to get there as well. But we'll jump back to the AFC Championship. Chiefs, Bengals rematch of last year. This time it's going to be a different result. The Chiefs are going to win, I think, in overtime as well. It, as fate has it, it's going to be different from what we saw last year. And I think the Chiefs are going to have that revenge mindset in them. And I think they will get back to the Super Bowl in Arizona. And same with the 49ers. I think this will be the game where the Giants kind of lay an egg and come out flat, where the Niners really take it to them in a big blowout. I think they could win probably by 20 or more points here. I think this is where the Giants and all the momentum catches up with them, where the Niners, they just play the same brand of football every single time they go out onto a field. I haven't seen them struggle. Brock Purdy took over, and it just seems like they are on a crash course for a Super Bowl run. And that's why I got them winning the Super Bowl as well. I think something magical is in the air out there in the Bay. Whatever water they're drinking, it must be pretty good because it's, getting them this far. And it's also not a far place to go. Phoenix, Arizona from San Francisco. Their fans do travel well all the time. And the Chiefs, they travel well too, but it just seems like more fans would be in attendance. And it does matter in the Super Bowl when you have more fans there. So I got to go with the Niners here. Debo wins the Super Bowl MVP. He has an excellent game, goes off, and that's going to be my playoff bracket.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Not much changing from us.
But that's going to be it for our video for this year's playoffs. Make sure you guys come back, check out our video next week for divisional picks as well, and see how we did on our video, as this progresses. But until the next time, the Bench Buddies are out.
She never called back.